Ontario. And those who can afford it fight and prove through DNA tests and the law, when it's sometimes on their side, that the dog is not quotes unquote pit bull, and so they take their dogs home at hundreds of thousands of dollars cost to taxpayers, and those who don't have the financial means see their dogs killed. Is that fair? No! That's what's happening right across Ontario. You heard about the 21 dogs in Chatham. At the press conference, we had John Nunziata sitting there, who's the lawyer for those 21 dogs and for Dog Tales. Dog Tales, if you've been there, is this beautiful sanctuary. It's a wonderful place to be a dog. And they have offered to take all 21 dogs. And they can't, in part because of breed-specific legislation. This is cruel. If you remember back to Michael Vick's victims, the dogs, all but one were rehabilitated by both people who love them and people who look after them. So let's make it very clear. The way this bill is written would describe all of the male members at Queen's Park, except for the long skinny tail, because they wear trousers. I've said that at every demonstration, and it's true. Wide muzzle, short hair, pointy ears, broad shoulders. Come on. If you were a bylaw enforcement officer, how do you tell which is a pit bull and which isn't? It's impossible. So this has become a grudge bill. It's being used neighbor, against poor people, against elderly who can't fight back, against new immigrants, against street kids. That's who this bill is being used against, and it's unfair. The good news is Ottawa isn't even enforcing it, and there are places around here that aren't enforcing it. And if you walk anywhere in this city, you will see a dog that meets that description. In fact, Labrador Retrievers meet that description, but they don't take Labrador Retrievers away because, again, you might be able, if you had a lawyer and you had money and you could get DNA tests done, you might be able to prove your Labrador Retriever is not a pit bull. My dog is an English Bull Terrier, hence the t-shirt. My dog is covered by the text of this law, but then I could prove my dog is a purebred of another sort. How stupid is that kind of legislation? There is no difference between a bite from a pit bull and a bite from a German Shepherd, a Husky, a Doberman. Any big dog can do serious damage. Small dogs can do serious damage. The myths about the so-called pit bull are just that. They are myths. No, they do not have bulletproof heads. I heard that on social media. No, they do not have locking jaws. We've all heard that. No, their bite is not more serious than any other large dog's bite. These are all myths. And quite frankly, the fear factor was used against other breeds. Unless you're willing to ban every dog of a certain size, and not even Barbara Kay is that cruel, you have to admit that this is poor legislation. Now to your part, what we have to do. Other than marching today, here's what you desperately need to do. Yes, sign petitions. Just this last week, I tabled a petition of over 1,000 names just from Kingston and the islands. Tens of thousands of people have signed petitions on this issue that's been presented to the legislature. But the other thing you have to do is talk to Liberal members of provincial parliament. Because last time we brought this bill forward, it was a tri-party supported bill. We had a Liberal, Conservative, and myself who supported it. It went to committee and then died when the election was called. But it's the Liberal cabinet and Liberal members that we really have to convince. So I would say keep phoning them up. Keep insisting on them seeing you. Take your dogs to see them. Have them pet your dog. Take a picture of them petting your dog. Do this because it's their votes that are critical and their opinions are critical, and make sure they understand the facts, because there are no facts supporting breed-specific legislation. In fact, Toledo, Ohio, their dog catcher, who was the expert witness when this bill was first written, has been fired, and Ohio has repealed breed-specific legislation. So we have work to do, my friends. But make no mistake about it. There's no question in my mind that this is an issue that we will win. No question. The only question is when. So keep on keeping on. I can tell tell you this is the 4th time I've tabled bills. I have passed more private members' bills than anybody in Ontario's legislature's history. Usually it takes 5 times and it takes 8 years. That's the usual. I've tabled this bill 4 times and it hasn't been that long. We will win this. If it takes a change of government, that's in 2 years, we will win this. If we can win it with this government, we will win this. There's no question, because as I said at the beginning, there's nothing we won't do for members of our family, and these dogs are members of our family.